Mr. Lester Huang, Chair of Scholar, President, Professor Lee, colleagues and friends, many thanks for coming to the inauguration ceremony of Rebuild. With the support of RGC money, we are making Rebuild a possibility. It is established to facilitate academic staff to develop research ideas and practices on language education in Hong Kong. One may ask, there are already so many language departments over Hong Kong. Why us? Well, we have only about 20 academic colleagues in the whole of the school. This is the point, because we're so unique that both the Chinese and English education colleagues are housed just under one roof. For us, language education issues are not just a dialogue among Chinese language education colleagues or English language colleagues. It is also a dialogue between these two groups of colleagues. With such potential synergy, it is envisaged that research studies pursuing the line of most local students being learners of both Chinese and English during their primary and secondary schooling, and in what way such a bilingual context influences learning and teaching as a whole, will be fostered. We are very much in mind that students in Hong Kong spending so much time learning Chinese and English together, this should be our research problem. This issue of bilingual education with an equal emphasis on both languages, as opposed to English, having been the context, has not been adequately addressed in most mainstream bilingual studies. And hence, this is an opportunity for us to do research. Given the strength of ENL, the Institute will facilitate academic staff to generate research ideas and produce research publications conducive to the understanding of language development and education in a bilingual community. In other words, we see bilingual learning and teaching not as just the learning of Chinese and English. We see bilingual learning and teaching as students exposing to a total language context in which both Chinese and English are being used. It is in this context that we consider that a research program addressing the total bilingual context of student learning would be helpful for us to find the ways to improve the bilingual communication competence of the students. We're not only concerned with the English language standard of the students, as well as the general public. We're also concerned with the same issue for Chinese and speaking of Putonghua. In the colonial period of Hong Kong, we pay high price in learning just English. Today, being a city in China, we need to find ways to preserve not only the standard of English, but also the standard of Chinese, as well as Putonghua. With the support of funding from RGC, we will be able to invite senior and experienced academics to be our distinguished professors to help constructing our research program. Today is the first among a number of programs that we are going to launch. There will be seminars, workshops offered by our colleagues as well as visitors. We hope the Research Institute can become the hub for colleagues working in Chinese language education, as well as colleagues working in English language education. We also want this to become the hub for academics talking to teachers, as well as academics talking to government officials. Further, this should not be just a concern for colleagues in English language education and Chinese language education. We shall be mobilizing colleagues working in the area of IT and education, school administration, as well as curriculum studies, to be contributing their research and professional work to the study and improvement of bilingual learning and teaching for the benefits of our students and in Hong Kong. We're very much aware that we've got some seed money from RGC. We hope we can contribute further to the research project. We hope we can apply to Language Fund sometimes later for further research. And this is what we hope to contribute our small part to the community of bilingual language education. Thank you very much.